Okay, your latest album, King of Kings, it came out, is it last month now?
Yes.
Time seems to fly.
It flies, yes.
Yeah. When did you start writing the album?
It was exactly 2 years ago. It was it happened over a morning cup of coffee. We just released Symphonies of the Night, a former album, and when you just release an album, you're always like, oh, how am I going to do or make things any better? Because Thorsten, my guitar player, the main composer, Alexander, my husband and singer and producer, and myself, the three of us are all perfectionists, so we're always going for 110%. So we were there, like, oh, great to have it. It's done now and it's out. And then Alex said, well, what about the next album? I've been thinking about the title King of Kings. Where did that come from? And so basically for me it was to sit down, because I really liked this idea, to sit down and study books and documents about Harold Fairhair, the first king of Norway. Yeah. In parallel to this, Thorsten and Alex started composing. So everything went hand in hand. It was a very, very intense and fruitful process. And we saw that songs were, getting into shape and getting the right sound. We added the instruments, I always say the spices that we wanted to each individual musical piece. So you have 12 songs on the album, 12 chapters about Harold Fairhair's life. And we've spent a lot of time on each song to make it have a very individual expression. So you won't find two of the same kind on this album.
Right.
Yeah. So it took 2 years to finish it.
It must be quite unusual starting with the album title and then everything fitting around that. Yeah.
We never did it that way before, but I really liked it. Yeah.
Yeah. I suppose it's got an advantage for you in that you've got a definite direction in terms of lyrics. Right, we know it's going to be about this, therefore,
Yeah, very nice, and especially, I think for me, Harold Fairhair won a decisive battle in a fjord called Hafrsfjord, which is my birthplace.
Right.
So there is, you have facts, some facts and a lot of fiction and mythology on this album. In this concept, there is also some of it is linked to my history, my heritage, and my birthplace.
Yeah. Nice to get that personal connection into it. Yeah.
Very nice. Yeah. The day it was released was really a special day for me and my family too.
Right. Yeah. And because I think it was in Metal Female Voices last year you announced the title was going to be King of Kings.
Yeah.
And then I think you played one of the songs at Dames of Darkness this year.
We played a handful of songs at Dames of Darkness here, and at Dames we also had Pete on guitars for the first time.
That's right.
So that was an exciting show. It was a really nice, crazy audience.
And you didn't bring over the giant swords that you had at Metal Female Voices. They're a bit impractical for the luggage.
I mean they're not that heavy because nowadays you can use lightweight material. It is not so handy, as you said, to take with you on tour, but it looks really nice. So we've definitely planned more shows with the swords, and maybe also with the ship, which is stranded up there at Wacken Open Air still. The Wacken Museum. We'll probably have to take that out, build it up again and make it shiny again.
That's got to be a bit of a nightmare one because it must take so long to assemble.
It does, and you have to pick it up by truck, and you never know if there's been any mice around.
You only find out at the last minute. It's just,
Absolutely. Before we left it in Wacken, we had it stored at my neighbor's place, an old barn. We're living on the countryside, so the only neighbour we have is a farmer, and we rented his barn for half a year for the ship. And when we took off the plastic and had a look, has been any mice? It's all right. And then we transported it to Wacken.
Right.
Yeah.
It must be, obviously it's taken you 2 years to do this album, but you also have your own solo albums.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Atrocity stuff as well, so it's obviously, you never get much time to rest and do nothing.
Well, we're full-time musicians, and we're very happy to be so, because it's always been a dream for me to combine music and family. And it hasn't always been possible, to be honest. It's been quite a roller coaster ride sometimes, depending on the record label, if they'd been standing up for you, supporting you, or just giving it down. So it's not a very safe profession when it comes to finances.
No.
You don't really know what is going to happen when you release a new album. But I love what I'm doing, and I know that this dream could only come true because my fans and friends around there have made it possible. Because some of you have been around, following me for more than 20 years, and I owe you a big warm thanks.
And obviously it's not just the recording of the albums, you're on tour a lot, and so you're away from home, so being able to tour with your husband must make life so much more enjoyable.
Absolutely, we definitely get to travel a lot. Well, normally we have like maybe 1 or 2 hours at every place to have a look around. But yes, we get to see a lot, and it's just like one of 10 gigs. You might end up in an industrial area or very dirty backyard or something. But most of the times we've visited really pleasant places, and it's really nice. We love touring the UK because we do split a hotel tour.
Right.
We don't need to hire a big nightliner. Nightliners hardly fit in anywhere at any venue here, so it's so much more convenient to have a splitter hotel tour. You have a shower, a clean shower, and a still bed.
Yes, yeah.
So that's worth a lot if you travel a lot, and we do miss our son and dogs and cats. Of course, we miss our families, that's for sure. But they're okay. They're okay back home as long as they know that we're okay. So
yeah, I think people imagine nightliners as being quite luxurious, but they're actually very small beds, and I'm not sure how Alex even fits in one. Yeah,
Alex doesn't sleep very well.
No showers, limited toilet facilities.
Oh, yes.
Hotels are so much nicer.
They are so much nicer, and you never know. We had the most fashionable new nightliners, but then still there was a leak because of the new fridge, or just a couple of weeks ago we were driving from Italy to Germany, and the brakes got really hot and it started burning over the Swiss Alps, and so we had to get out of the bus and get a new bus, and that was a dirty bus, and then it's sometimes quite stressful to stay on a bus. But there are nice ones, but in the US once, I have to mention this, we got a Jay-Z and Beyonce's bus because we got upgraded. The 3 buses we had within a week broke down. So we got a new bus, and that was really nice. Marble floors and double beds and the shower. So that was for 3 days.
That's when you're thinking, why couldn't this be a longer tour?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, and I can imagine with Alex's hair, he really needs a hotel with a proper shower, because it can't be a quick job to wash that hair.
No, it takes ages, and it takes a lot of conditioner and shampoo and combing.
Do you have to hide your nice conditioners from him?
It's not possible. He'll find them anyway. And if we travel, we always take one set of shampoos and conditioners and hair masks because we have to save space.
Yeah.
And of course, we use the same then. So that's he loves my hair products. He does.
Yeah. And the tour, this is the last night of the European tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been on tour for it's about a month, I
A
think.
month,
Now,
yeah.
Yeah, so quite a long tour, and including quite a few UK dates.
Yeah.
How have you enjoyed the tour so far?
It's been fantastic. It's been fantastic, and I have to say, I have to admit that my favourite route is, when you have the second leg of the tour going through the UK, or at least 1/3 of the tour, because it's a fact that the market for our kind of music right now, the fastest growing market is here in the UK, and I see it with the audiences. They're growing very fast, and it's so good to see that we have such a great support here. Whereas some places in Europe, I especially noticed Italy, it's tough. You really see that people don't have money, so they save up to go, to the big ones like Metallica, or they go to one big festivals like Wacken Open Air. So the bands, in our genre, and not being, like the big ones, the big rock stars, we suffer. We do. But here in the UK, things seem to be different, and I really enjoy that. And our audiences here, just fantastic. It's been fantastic.
Yeah, and I've certainly noticed it, because I like Epica 4 or 5 years ago were playing places that hold 600 or 700 people.
Mm-hmm.
They're now playing Forum, which is 2,500.
Yeah,
So they've seen a huge growth as well.
They did, but they did the right thing. They toured the UK frequently, and that was the right thing to do. Yeah,
because I think they didn't tour for quite a long time, and then they decided, well, even though we've not got many fans, we'll come, and they built up the fan base.
Yeah, they did.
And that's what it takes.
They did, and that's what it takes. Even South America, even at a Chilean show or something in Santiago de Chile, you have more people than in Berlin, in Germany. So
And looking ahead, you've only got one tour announced, also one date announced so far for next year, which is the Full Metal Cruise, departing from Hamburg.
Yeah.
Couldn't you find one in the Caribbean to do?
Oh, we would have loved to do that in February again. That would be awesome, but I don't know. We did it last year, and you should. There are so many bands who really they would die for a metal cruise appearance, a show, a tour, and we played with Leaf Size last year, so it's like, okay, would love to do it, but we have to wait until it's our turn again.
Can you book us again as Atrocity?
Yeah, exactly. Or solo, let's see.
So you're not going to get the same nice weather in the North Sea in September, but
I don't think so. But I'm looking forward to it.
I think, isn't it organised by the same people as Wacken?
Yes.
Yeah. So it should be a really good fun cruise
it's
anyway.
It's going to be fun, and it's always sold out. And I'll do my own guiding tour for Oslo for some of the metalheads. I'm looking forward to that. Although it's not my hometown, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. And you've got some Vikings with you on stage on this tour.
Oh yeah.
Are they? You must get a bit crowded on stage, I would imagine.
Tonight will be very crowded. I think we'll have 13 Vikings on stage, and and they're normally not small, thin persons, lightweight persons. They're normally big, and they have the weapons with them, and so. It's for London. We have a special group of Vikings attending the show. We've had at some shows we've had a larger group of Vikings coming, like in Prague and Prague. in the Czech Republic, fantastic. So you get to meet a lot of fantastic, interesting people, and it's always nice to have, when you can't travel with a Viking ship or so, at least you can have a few Vikings on stage.
And it's something that's a bit different and makes the show a bit more interesting and fun.
Authentic. Yeah.
Because I think, if I remember rightly, the album cover's got the Vikings on the front, hasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's that same sort of image.
Yeah, that's the Variaborg Vikings. They are from the southwest of Germany, and they're also in the video The Waking Eye. Fantastic.
Okay. And have you got any more plans for the next solo album yet?
Yes, as soon as I get home, I'll start working on my next solo album, and I have a tour coming up in December. It's a small one, but it's a special one because Raymond of Theatre of Tragedy will join me, so we can, play more Theatre of Tragedy songs. And we were the two founding the band Theatre of Tragedy back in the early 90s, so it'd be my pleasure to have him on board. We have one show for London, for UK, that's in London, that's on the 20th of December in the Underworld, so I hope to see everybody there, and it's the date after Nightwish.
It is, yes.
So if you want to do, after show party after Nightwish, then come and see me at the Underworld.
That's it. It's a good reason for people, if they're coming down to Nightwish, make it a weekend and just stay down and see you the next night. Yeah.
Exactly. I'd love to see you all there. Yeah, it's a special tour, and I don't know if we'll have more dates coming up, but it's nice to have this kind of reunion. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you very much. Thank you.